Hello everyone, this is James Mangte, your social science teacher. Today we are going to learn about forest and wildlife resources. And this lessons is taken from the syllabus of Board of Secondary Education Manipur. And under this forest and wildlife resources, we are going to discuss only two subheads for this video. And if you would like to see the other subheads, if you want to join or if you want to learn about the other subheads of these lessons, I would recommend you to press the big red subscribe button down there and like and do share the videos. Okay, let's get started. Before we start, regarding this, we need to know what is the meaning of forest. What is the meaning of forest? So when we say forest it is a community of plant species that are growing naturally. That means which are not planted by human beings. Or yes, forest means like a tree, a community of plant species or tree which are growing in nature, not by human activities, not by plantation methods, or not by something else. Like for example, let me give you an example. Forest, when we say forest, like there are many farmers who used to do plantation farming, like different kinds of plantation of trees like teak plants, sal, rosewood and all. Those trees which are planted by human beings and cover large area of land, it is not considered as forest. But those areas which are covered by trees and plant species naturally, which are not grown or which are not planted by human beings, they are called forests. Okay, let us go to the next. Forest provides a lot of things for us. Forest plays a beneficial role in the economy of a country. Like we obtain varieties of commodities from the forest, like timber. Yes, the benefits of forest. Okay, let us see the benefits of forest. Number one, we obtain like timbers, woods, all these and etc. So we obtain many things from the forest. As you know, forest is we are depending on the forest for livelihood. Even those people who are working in the office, who are working in a big establishments, in a big company, who are having good jobs, they are depending on the forest. Like we got firewood, wood pulp, bamboos for making papers, and not only that, we also obtain lots and varieties and enormous medicinal plants from the forest. And number two, what do we get from the forest? Or how does forest help us? Forest help in checking soil erosion. Checking soil erosion. Forest plays an important role in checking soil erosion. You know, soil erosion, when we say soil erosion, it simply means, if we're going to be simple, it simply means the removing or the washing away of the topsoil or the earth by weathering, maybe because of the rain, rivers, water, wind, and so on. So forest, it help or it protect the soil from being eroded, or it provides us a preventive measures to protect soil erosion. And they also provide natural habitat for wildlife. You know, forests plays lots of important roles. They provide natural habitats. Natural habitat for wildlife. Yes. When we say providing natural habitat for wildlife, you know, birds. Let us take an example. Suppose birds, animals like wild boar, wild pig, and crows, or maybe whatever the other wild animal. When you say wild animal, that means those animals which are not tame. the animals, they live in the forest and they depend on the forest for their habitations and their shelters. So, from the above discussed 3 points, we are clear that forest plays an important role. Yes, of course, there are many other things that the forest provides or that the forest support in our livelihoods. So now, in India, in the context of India, in India, it is estimated that 1.6 million, wow, that's a great species of flora and fauna. Okay, wait for a minute, let me erase this one. Okay, these are the benefits of forests. And now, let us see. In India, we found about 1.6 million species of flora and fauna in India. When you say flora and fauna, it simply means plants and animals. So that means there are about 1.6 million species of plants and animals in India. And when we are going to calculate in a world point of view, regarding this species of flora and fauna, it contributes. Our country, India, contribute about 8% of the total world flora and fauna species. Okay, now you may be curious, how many floras or how many faunas are found there in India, or how many biodiversity or how many flowering plants are there in India? Of course, I'm going to tell you in brief. Regarding, okay, wait a minute. Okay, there are more than 81,000 species. Wow, 81,000 species of fauna. Means species of animals. There are 81,000, more than 81,000 of animal species in India. And at the same time, 47,000 species of plants. And out of that 47,000 species of plants, about 15,000 species of plants are flowering plants. That means which have flowers. There are many trees which doesn't have flowers. There are many trees which doesn't reproduce by having bloomings or flowerings. But out of these 47,000 species of flora, there are about 15,000 species of flowering plants in India. Okay, now this is the introduction part of forests for India. Now let us go to the subheads. That is forest coverage in India. How many percent does forest covered in India? The total area of India. Out of the total area of India, how many square kilometers maybe, or how many acre or how many hectare does forest cover in India? Okay, if you are going to calculate in the form of square kilometers, it covers about 637,293 square kilometers. So this is the total area covered by forest. That means all over India, from Coromandel coast to from the northernmost point to the southernmost point, and from the easternmost point to the westernmost point, the total area covered by forest in square kilometers is 637,293. And in percent, if you are going to calculate this one in percent, out of 100, it covers about 90.39%. 90.39%. It covers about 90.39% of the total geographical area of India. And there is a sub-classification of this 90.39% also. 39%. This out of this 11.48%. Out of this 11.48% is covered by a dense forest. A thick forest, which is where big trees or where huge trees or where there is a dense forest is about 11.48%. And the remaining out of these, when you subtract 19.39 from when you subtract 11.48 from 19.39, how many do you get? You may get around something like 7.76. So these areas are open forest. Open forest means it is not that thick, it is not that dense. So it covers about the thick or the dense forest cover about 11.48%, and the remaining is covered by open forest. According to National Forest Policy, NFP, National Forest Policy, a country should have at least 33% of its total geographical area covered by forests. But what is the case of India? As you know, as I have told you, it is only 19.43 and 19.39. So because of that, the government of India, at least as you have said, according to NFP, National Forest Policy, at least 33% of the total geographical area should be covered by forests. But in India, we have only 19.39% covered by forests. So that the government of India is taking several steps, like maybe plantation of trees, or maybe preservation of forests, or maybe prevention of cutting of trees, all those stuff. So the government of India is taking several methods and measures to increase or improve the tall forest cover. So because of that, there has been an improvement. There has been an improvement since 1997. So the government of India is taking up a lot of steps in order to improve this forest cover. Now, okay, now we have already done this forest coverage in India. So if you're asked a question like, for example, if you're asked a question like how many total area in square kilometer is covered by forest in India, you can just simply say 637,293 square kilometer. In percentage, 19.39%. So these are some of the possible questions from here. And distribution of forest, you know, distribution of forest is not uniform in India. It is distributed uniformly. Like in the northern part of India, some part may have an area which is covered by thick forest, and some part may not even have a single forest also. And the same goes with the other. Part of the country. So if you are going to classify, broadly how forest is distributed in India, we may have a classifications in 4 heads. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can distribute into 4 broad classifications. Four broad classifications. Number 1 is regions having 60% and above forest. Means the region which have a forest coverage of 60% and above. 60% and above. Like a geographical area or an area which is covered by forest. An area out of 100%, at least 60% is covered by forest, 60% above. Some of the states are like Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Tripura, Uttarakhand, Mizoram, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are some of the states which are covered. These are some of the states which have 60% forest coverage area. And now, let us see our next classification. The next classification is region having 40%, ranging from 40% to 60%. That means in between 40% to 60%. These are the regions which have a forest coverage area of 40% to 60%. That means 40% to 60%. When I say 40% to 60%, it means the total area of that particular region should have a forest coverage area of at least 40 to 60% out of 100. Some of the states are like Nagaland, Meghalaya, and so on. And now, let's go to the lower part, the third divisions, the third category of forest division, 20% to 40%. As I said, the region which have forest coverage area of 20 to 40%. Let us mention some of the states. Some of the states are Assam, Meghalaya. It's not Meghalaya, it's Madhya Pradesh, it's Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Maharashtra, Karnataka. So these are some of the states which have a forest coverage of 20% to 40%. And the last, we have below 20%. Below 20%. So the area which have a forest coverage of below 20% are like Kashmir, Haryana, Punjab, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh. So see, these are some of the states which have a forest coverage below 20%. That means this area, they are the area which have least forest coverage area in the country. Okay, what are the possible questions from here? The possible questions are like classified the distribution of forests, or give a broad classifications in the distribution of forests in India, something like that. If you are such type of questions, you can write this point which I said, and by giving one or two stage, followed by one or two stage. And okay, as we are studying Board of Secondary Education's Manipur syllabus, we need to know what is the percentage of forest in India, in Manipur. In Manipur, the percentage of forest cover in forest coverage area, the percentage of forest coverage area of Manipur is 60%. That means we are having a good amount or a good percentage in forest cover in terms of forest coverage. So this is it for today. I'll be posting another lessons of another subheading lessons of these broad classifications of these classifications of forest and wildlife resources. If you would like to study more, if you would like to know more, if you would like to learn more, please subscribe and share the video. And if you like the video, please give a thumbs up. And also, do not forget to leave a comment down below if you really find difficulties about these lessons. Thank you so much. Bye for now.